Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope your day is off to a good start. In today's video, I want to review a couple of perfumes. Typically when I upload my perfume review content, I like to keep it to one fragrance per video just to ensure that I give each fragrance its, its own special time and place on my channel. However, with these two particular fragrances and just this fragrance line overall, I'm not sure if there are some changes coming to these Pacifica perfumes, and you can get them at a really great price point at a few retailers right now. So I want to go ahead and just get this review out there as soon as possible. So if you are at all interested in picking these fragrances up, you can do so at a significant price break, hopefully, if you can find them. So here's what we are talking about today. I'm reviewing two more of the Pacifica, I'm calling these the Moon Phase fragrances. I don't know if that's the name for this collection, but I have Dream Moon here as well as Neon Moon. Other perfumes that I reviewed in this Moon Phase line include Sunrise Moon, which I just reviewed a couple of weeks ago. I will go ahead and link that one in the description box down below if you're curious about a really great, I would say this is a really wonderful option for a fun, kind of fruity, really flirty spring summer type fragrance. If you're in the mood for that, check out this Sunrise Moon. I am so in love with their Silver Moon. If you are at all a fan of vanilla, if you like warm, cozy, kind of almost cashmere type fragrances, definitely check out Silver Moon. I have a review of that, so I will link that in the description box down below as well. But let's go ahead and get into Neon Moon and Dream Moon. So the reason that I think something is happening with this fragrance line here is you can no longer find it at Ulta online. You can find a little sample pack that they have on what appears to be clearance pricing. And that little sample pack gives you all of the different fragrances in that Moon Phase line to be able to sample and maybe pick out your favorite and then purchase the full size. But most of the personal fragrances from Pacifica have been removed from the Ulta website. Additionally, these fragrances are also on clearance over at Target. So Target does carry the Pacifica products, and they specifically carried the fragrance products as well. And if you go on your Target app or Target online, you can see that they are also listed as clearance on there. So here's the thing with Ulta, if you head into your local store, you may well find these for the clearance prices in store still if your store hasn't sold out of them. But if you're trying to order online from Ulta, that's no longer an option. Through my Target app, I was still able to, if I wanted to, purchase a few of these fragrances. I'm not sure if the Dream Moon is available at Target anymore, but I do know some of the other scents are available, so you can purchase them online there, or again, head into your local Target. You'll probably find them on clearance there. And while these are so affordable to begin with, listen, these are $22 for 1 ounce. That's a screaming deal for a perfume of this quality. I think if you can get them at a clearance price, you're even better off. So this is why I want to review both in the same video, just to get the word out. So if you're at all interested, you can go pick these up. These are still available for the full price on the Pacifica website. So I'm not seeing any changes there. You can still find them through retailers like iHerb and I believe even Vitacost. Sometimes they have them on sale for 20–25% off. I think one of those websites does have that right now. So even if you're having to, pay the full price for these, I still think these are a great deal, you guys. I've done some Googling. I have no idea if these are being discontinued. On the old Google machine, the only thing that I could really find was that the Blue Moon was definitely discontinued. And on the Pacifica website, in there, they have like a clearance section. There are a few perfume fragrances that are on clearance, but it actually appears to be the fragrances in this perfume line from them. So obviously different packaging. I don't have a name for this line. I mean, it's got pretty swirlies on it. We'll call it the pretty swirly line. But you can find some of those on the Pacifica website on clearance. But I'm not seeing these other scents there. So I kind of feel like, I don't know what's happening with this line. I think maybe Ulta just is not carrying them any longer. I don't know if they just didn't sell very well, and maybe they didn't sell well at Target. But moral of the story is, head into your local Ulta, head into your local Target, see if you can find them at clearance pricing. But let's go ahead and get into the fragrances now. I'm gonna get started with what is probably my second favorite next to Silver Moon, and that is the Dream Moon. Look how much of this I've already used just in the last several weeks, you guys. I love this, and you know why I love it? Because I think it's basically a spot-on dupe of this, which I also love. This is Ariana Grande Cloud. The first time that I purchased Ariana Grande Cloud was about a year or two ago, and I started with their smallest, either 1 or 1.7 ounce size. Finished that so fast. I just hosed myself down with this fragrance. It's so good. But the reason that I ever even became interested in this fragrance, it's not because I'm an Ariana Grande fan. I mean, I'm sure she's a nice enough person, but I don't know. I don't know anything about her, but I know I really like her perfume. But the reason that I picked this up is because it's always been touted as a dupe for this. This is the, I received this as a gift from a friend. It was insanely generous because I'm sure that this was crazy expensive, just this small size here. But this is the Baccarat Rouge 540, which is such an amazing scent. Baccarat Rouge 540 does not come from a cruelty-free fragrance house, so I would never purchase this myself. So I do appreciate receiving this as a gift. It was very, very generous. And this is such a lovely scent, you guys. But this is a slightly sweeter version of this, and this smells exactly like this to my nose. So if you've always wanted the Ariana Grande Cloud, but you're looking for an even less expensive version option, a less expensive version to purchase, I would say get this Dream Moon at Target or Ulta if you can find it in store. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so good. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the really nice sprayer that you get with these fragrances from Pacifica. I hate perfumes that just do like a splat of fragrance on the skin. I like a nice fine mist, so let's take a look at that mist. Look at it. Oh, it's just perfect distribution. I don't feel like I have to, you know, like pat this around to keep it from like running down my arm or anything. It just immediately is beautifully dispersed onto the skin. And oh, she smells good. I'm gonna go ahead and spray the Cloud over here. This one also has a really nice sprayer. You guys, they're exactly the same. Literally, exactly the same. Yeah, same level of sweetness, but the overall base is that Baccarat Rouge 540, which is such a popular fragrance. So, I'm gonna read you guys the fragrance notes from the Pacifica website, but I am just gonna say I really don't think that those are super accurate. Sometimes, most of the time, I find that fragrance notes that are listed by the company are usually, you know, quite accurate. However, this one, I'm just not really seeing it. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's read their little blurb here. So they say a mesmerizing blend of pink rose, velvety sandalwood, and subtle earthy patchouli inspired by the dreamy full moon, which is said to spark compassion, kindness, and dreams. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so our fragrance notes here are patchouli, sandalwood, and pink rose. I don't really think it's patchouli that's in here, and I love patchouli. I know there's a lot of people out there that would read those fragrance notes and just be scared off from ever even trying this because they see patchouli. I don't think it's patchouli. I love a beautiful perfumey patchouli. Dirty hippie patchouli, not my thing, but like beautiful perfumey, maybe more sophisticated patchouli, yes, absolutely. Give it to me and give it to me in every single fragrance. My body chemistry loves it. You know what I smell in here more so is ambergris. It just has that beautiful kind of interesting muskiness. And not muskiness in the bad sense of where it smells kind of maybe like damp, you know, not muskiness in that regard, or overly like maybe musty smelling. It's just it's kind of a cleaner, perfumey musk. And rose. Honestly, while I do get just the slightest touch of floral in here, I don't really think it's rose to my nose. It's kind of a generic, more, I would say, clean, whiter floral. Not necessarily like a gardenia or anything. Maybe more so like, not even jasmine. I don't know what the floral note would be. It's almost just like a kind of melange of just lighter white clean floral notes, but not rose. Now sandalwood, there is a really nice, slightly just like lighter blonde wood type note in here for sure. Sandalwood certainly fits within that. It's soft, it's pretty. I feel like it's almost a unisex fragrance, but to me, there's also like a touch of sweetness to this where it's like maybe like a little tiny bit of marshmallow or something. It sweetens it up and again brings it back just a little bit more onto like the more like feminine, maybe slightly more fun, girly end of the fragrance spectrum. It's so pretty, you guys. Here's the thing that I love most about these Pacifica fragrances just in general is that the performance of them across the board, all the ones that I've tried, is so good in terms of the overall strength of the fragrances. Like they're noticeable. These are not light. I mean, when you think like $22 for a perfume, you just don't have a lot of expectations, right? Like you're just like, okay, well, I mean, it might be fine. It's 22 bucks, like can't hurt, right? But these are amazing. Honestly, the strength and the projection of these is comparable to some of the $150 plus fragrances that I have in my perfume collection in my closet. The performance is incredible, you guys. These are noticeable fragrances. These are not the type that you want to like overdo it. You know, I see a lot of people just, you know, doing like this situation when they apply their fragrance where they're just like hosing themselves down. I think if you did that with any of these Pacifica fragrances, it would be too much. I think it would just come across as just an overload of perfume, right? So you don't have to overdo it. They're very noticeable. I've gotten so many compliments on these. I've gotten the most compliments on the Silver Moon and the Dream Moon. So those, I would say, if you have similar fragrance tastes to mine, they're absolutely worth checking out. And again, even if you are paying the full price for these, they're such a good deal. I love this one. I'm gonna see if I can actually hunt down a couple of bottles because my daughter, who she's gonna be 12 at the end of this month, of course, this is like her favorite fragrance. I let her spray this on her wrists one time and she fell in love. So much so that she swiped my Dossier Ambery Saffron from my closet and she finished the bottle. I wasn't even at quite the halfway point with that fragrance, with that dupe, and she finished it within like a couple of months. Now she's, you know, she's still 11, so I think she's maybe over applying. In fact, my husband and I were both like, you know, perfume is meant to be a little bit more subtle. Like we're trying to drop hints without being like, you overdid it, kid. Like lay off the perfume. But I want to find a couple of bottles for Stella. Like this is the perfect perfume for her. It's going to be affordable. It won't bother me if she goes through it quickly. She has asked for the real thing. I've told her no. Like we can purchase the cruelty-free options, but we're not buying that. I might actually grab her this one for Christmas this year. She likes this one as well. So listen, if you're looking for that Baccarat Rouge 540 dupe and a slightly sweeter option for the best possible price point, find this Dream Moon, find it now. It'll be linked down below at a few different places. I'll try to see if I can find it, like where it's gonna be on sale. Okay, the next one is the Neon Moon, and this will be the last one in this moon phase series that I am reviewing. So let me pull up the Oh no, of course it's not here. Let's look it up real quick. We are looking for Neon Moon. Oh, this one's really interesting, you guys. By the way, these are also available in body spray options as well as lotions. So if you're looking to like layer these fragrances on the Pacifica website, you can still find the body lotions. You can find the perfumed hairsprays and all of that stuff. All right, Neon Moon. Okay, so inspired by the full moon in Ibiza, this is an explosion of scent. Sandalwood, jasmine, and smoky cardamom evoke a sense of mystery and fluidity. So sandalwood again, we've got jasmine, and we have smoky cardamom. This one's really interesting, you guys. Oh, I don't have any. Okay, we're gonna have to spray this on my sweater so that it doesn't really blend with the other one. But again, check out this nice mist. Just across the board, this is a beautiful sprayer. I know that that's like kind of a silly thing, but I appreciate it. This reminds me of something else, and for the life of me, I cannot place it. This reminds me of another perfume. I don't think it's one that I own, but I know it's one that I've sniffed out at Sephora. I know it, and I wish I could remember it. The cardamom in this really is more of like a smoked cardamom. It's really interesting. The sandalwood, I feel like, is the same sandalwood that they used in the Dream Moon. So it brings kind of that like lighter woody and even like a touch of like, it's almost like a creamy sandalwood, if that makes sense. Oh, it's good. And jasmine. This is very clearly jasmine. Whereas with, you know, the other one, the floral note is a little bit more nebulous. It's a very distinct white jasmine that I pick up in here, and it is lovely. Listen, if you're a jasmine fan at all, you got to check this one out, because the addition of that cardamom and it being a little bit more I feel like the smoky cardamom is a little bit more sophisticated. It smells really like a really high-end fragrance. Again, I know I've smelled something so close to this before, and I've been racking my brain ever since I picked this up. I actually almost went into Sephora and did like a full sniff session, but then there's hundreds of perfumes at my local Sephora, and I probably wasn't going to be able to locate it. So, but listen, if you're a jasmine fan, you have to seek this one out. It's very, very unique. And again, the strength of the overall fragrance, the projection, these are noticeable, beautiful fragrances for such a great price point. They are such a great price point, you guys. And I really wanted to start the beginning of this year with just reviewing some more affordable perfumes for you guys. I don't mind spending money on an expensive fragrance. I have an entire closet full of fragrances ranging in price from $22 all the way up to like $200 a bottle. And I'm telling you, these are amazing. The performance of these $22 fragrances are the same as the really expensive ones. And if they expanded this range and they included even more fragrances, especially if they're dupes of some of my favorites, I would totally just repurchase these instead of the originals. Like, they're so good, you guys. So if you're at all in the market for some new perfumes at the start of this year, maybe you want to build yourself a little fragrance perfume for some different seasons. Again, this Sunrise Moon I think would be great for late spring into summer. It's kind of a fun, fruitier scent. I think this Neon Moon is a wonderful date night fragrance. It's just really kind of romantic and sophisticated smelling. This Dream Moon I think is fantastic for the entire year. It's a great base for other fragrances as well. I have always mixed my different Baccarat Rouge 540 dupes with some of the other perfumes in my collection, and it just adds that really interesting, almost skin-like, but not quite, it's still perfumey type of note. Oh, it's just so good. I just love liking this one. Anyway, you guys, if you're at all in the market, check them out. They are worth it. They're worth it at the full price. They're even worth making a trip to your local Ulta or your local Target to see if you can get them on sale. But that concludes the Moon Phase series of reviews. I do have the Island Vanilla, which you can see I have also been enjoying quite a bit. From Pacifica, I will upload a review of this probably in the next couple of weeks. But I wanted to let you guys know that I have some really exciting perfume reviews coming up from Sniff. They recently reached out to me and asked me if I was interested in reviewing some of their fragrances. So they were super generous and they sent me 4. So I would love to know which of these you would like to see reviewed first. I'm kind of leaning towards this, which is their newest. This is their Vanilla Vice. Let me know if you have any interest in this one. They also sent their Tarte Deco, which is a cherry. I love me some cherry. There's also this one here. This is their Sweet Ash, which I think sounds really interesting. You can find the Sniff fragrances for sure at Ulta. I've seen them there. They also obviously have a website as well. And then there's also their, I love the packaging of these, you guys. This is their Crumb Couture, which is a gourmand. Let me know which one you want to see first from Sniff, and the Sniff fragrance reviews will be coming up in the next couple of weeks. I appreciate you guys being here. Let me know if you have any questions. Please subscribe if you're new for more in-depth perfume content. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.